What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. K-Rino, I made it. I can really say this is Friday Night Live for real. And I can actually say it with truth, honesty. Friday Night Live. Let me get y'all off my TV. What am I watching? Hold on, what is this? $13 going on $30. I don't even know what that is. But yeah, Friday Night Live, man, and we got an open topic to do. We would do an open topic tonight and get it right. So I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm looking forward to it, man. So y'all know the rules on open topic. Anything y'all want to ask me about or comment about, it's all accepted as long as it's under the umbrella of respect. So that's how we're gonna do this. That's how we're gonna do it. Y'all know the rules. I don't really have to tell y'all this. Excuse me for my being distracted a little bit. But all right, let's go. Let's dance, y'all. Let's dance. L, I actually know the answer to that joke. I'll answer that joke if you want me to. I know the answer to that joke. The answer to that joke is you plan it. Yeah. Didn't think I knew that, did you? All right, man. Let's get it on, man. Because I don't plan on being long. I got work to do. So we will get it popping on this open topic Friday. Let me go and say it again. As you come into the door, click the like. That's the thumbs up thingy on your screen. Click that like so I won't have to ask y'all all night. And some people may say, man, why you always ask? Why people always say that? Because, it puts you in the algorithm. It helps to circulate your videos. So it helps out. So that's the reason why myself and other people on YouTube always emphasize the thumbs up. Because, we want to do everything that we can to make sure that our videos circulating. If we feel like we're actually saying something of value, that people may want to hear or that people need to hear. So let's get it on, man. Open topic. I'm answering y'all questions. I got your emails, Alyssa, and I'm gonna tell you something. You might not believe me. You might not believe me, but I was getting ready to click one of them a couple of hours ago. The one it wasn't one of my songs. You sent me one that you did somebody else's song, but then I got distracted. But yeah, but I did get them. I did get them. Young Neat. Serious inquiries only. Young Neat. But this is what I want you to do. Only if you're serious, though. And I'm going to look out for you. That's my email address. So send me an email and we'll have this conversation off the chat via email. But only if you're ready, man. I'm gonna look out for you though. All right. We are open topic tonight, man. So what's on y'all mind? Deeper elevation. Salute to you because you just made me think about this. Look, man, today is Friday. As y'all know, as some of y'all know, all of y'all might not know, but most of y'all, now I ain't gonna say most, some of y'all know that the Underground Dialogue podcast airs every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. The reason why I said some of y'all know is because um, my diehards, y'all rock with me. Y'all are tuned in. People like Deeper Elevation, Kevin Robinson, and others, that come out the dome that are always tuned in. I know Vincent, Erica, a lot of people, people I'm forgetting about that faithfully support the podcast. Um, some of y'all, if I forget your name, don't be mad at me. A lot of y'all don't support my podcast, which is okay now. Y'all don't owe me nothing, but I'm just saying, y'all don't support. So I got a special place in my heart. You get special vibes of love from me when I know that you are a faithful viewer every Wednesday night at 9 o'clock. And on some nights, we actually run episodes. We've been having so many shows. We've been actually running episodes on off nights. It don't always be a Wednesday. We may run one on a Tuesday or Thursday or something like that. But Wednesday night is our normal night. So the latest episode has Wood from the Screwed Up Click, and a lot of y'all might not know who Wood is. Wood is an OG, a legend out here in the city, man. Been with the Screwed Up Click for almost since day one. So great interview. Y'all slept on the Superstar interview. Great interview. So the way how they say the way to a man's heart is to his stomach. Like when they talk about it with a female, say a way to a man's heart is stuff. The way to my heart is to support my podcast. Yeah. Let's get it on. Yeah, Neat, hit me up, man. I'm gonna look out for you, man. Like I say, my features ain't free, but I'm gonna look out for you. Yoli, I saw that. I thought about you last night when I saw the tsunami thing going on in the Pacific, and I thought about you because they were saying how Hawaii could be affected by that, man. Man, I'm not gonna say what I want to say because I'm not even 100% sure if what I'm saying is right. So I'm not gonna say that, but that's a real thing, man. When them tsunamis that come from under that water, man, that water rush up on that land, man. Yeah. Alyssa, you do watch the podcast. You sure do. That's why I say if I forget your name, don't be mad because you know how it is. You start naming names. That's the one way. If you ever want to be somewhere and get in trouble, be in a situation where you gotta shout out people names and acknowledge people. Because you can acknowledge 100 people, it's gonna be 101 that's gonna be like, hey man, you ain't say my name. Like, can't remember them all. Yeah, man. Okay. Well, I'm glad everything is all right. Deeper Elevation says, how do you maintain clarity in a world designed to confuse? Well, the first thing that comes to my mind is knowing that God is not the author of confusion. So if there is confusion going on, it came from ignorant man, not from wise God. So when you see the confusion, you should be like, okay, I know this is some bull crap that somebody else is instituting, that somebody else is putting together. And although we can be affected by the nonsense, buy the confusion, buy the distraction, buy the chaos. If we really understand, we understand that it's all an illusion. You just got to work your way through it. And it's a training ground. You could be being tested. You could be being tested by God himself, but you're definitely being tested by this world. But we have the mind and the mental capacity and the depth in our intellectual prowess to overcome all obstacles. That's nothing that we shouldn't be able to figure out. Now, do we always get it right? No. But never succumb to it. So your clarity comes from your connection with your creator, and to know that to adopt, to try to get as close as you can to adopting his mindset. How would he react in chaos? You know what the creator would do in a chaotic scenario? He would master the chaos and turn it around to his favor. In the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, one of the things that always interested me was when I heard somebody say, I don't know which minister I was listening to, but he was speaking about when God created himself out of the womb of triple darkness, right? And he said that God was in triple dark. Nothing existed but the God. And he said God went to war with the darkness. I was like, ooh, he went to war with the darkness. Now, picture yourself, you just sleep, you go to sleep. Let's say you take a nap. And somehow when you wake up, it's just pitch black. You can't see nothing around you, as if your eyes are closed. That will freak you out. Nothing you do, like you can't see nothing around you. But the God had the mindset of mastery to go to war with the darkness and take control of it and bring light to it and then manifest other things in that darkness. We got to be a reflection of that. I didn't want this answer to be too in the stratosphere, but that's what it is. That's right, Yoli. Uh-oh. RHCSW said, I just subscribed to the Underground Dialogue podcast. Man, you are right with me. Tune in every week, man. We got some stuff coming. Ooh-wee. We got some stuff coming, man. Yep. Alyssa says she destroyed the globe theory. You think so? I don't think you did. We'll make that our little secret. I branded them for my extremist fans. Plus, you've never seen a man of this vantage with hemotoxic adrenal glands. Yeah. I be reading my own lyrics like I didn't even write them sometimes. Yeah. Denver, Colorado. All my family in Denver, Colorado. Y'all be sure to come see us next Friday. This time next Friday, inshallah. The South Park Coalition will be in Denver, Colorado, rocking out. All our family in Denver, Colorado Springs, wherever you at. Boulder, I don't know how far Boulder is. Wherever you at. Aurora. We need y'all in the building, man. What's that address, Yoli? What's that address? What's that address, Yoli? Oh, Let's say once I watch them, I'll throw the globe and try. No, I won't. I can guarantee you I won't. 770. Okay, there we go. Oops, my bad. Oh, I lost it that fast. God. That is, man. All my people in Denver, Colorado, I want to see y'all there. That is EDJ. That's it, right below your comment of you asking me um, what venue are we performing at. Yeah, it's called The Hangover, 770 Sheridan Boulevard. Next Friday, Denver, Colorado. Righteous by Nature says, I'm subscribed to the Underground Dialogue podcast, and God willing, I will start watching Faith. Man, I appreciate it. I appreciate the honesty. I appreciate that. You know, because it's like I'm subscribed to probably 10 or 15 YouTube channels. I can't remember how many. It's not a lot. I try not to subscribe to things that I don't that I know I'm not going to faithfully watch. So I appreciate that you say you're going to try to faith, because I don't even want people to subscribe to the channel if they're not going to really watch. The subscribers, the subscriber count looks good, but the subscriber count ain't good if the people who subscribed are not watching. And like I said all the time, that's like on this channel, I got almost 70,000 subscribers, but I don't know where none of those people at. I don't see those kind of views. So I'd rather you not subscribe and just go about your way than subscribe and not support. I'd rather have 1,000 subscribers that actually rock with the content on a daily basis. And that goes for anything. That goes like, I'd rather have a lot of people. I'd rather have people. I don't want to hear people saying, "Oh man, I'm your number one fan." Oh, but you don't never support the music. You don't never come to the shows. You don't never do this. You don't never do that. So that's like that's just talk to me. That's just talk. But that's just me, you know. I also know that people are grown, and you can't force grown people to do nothing they don't want to do. Thank you, El Garza. See, look at that. El Garza caught everything that posted in the last week or two. He says Scooperstar, Yandy, and Wood. Come on now. That's what I'm saying, man. Y'all got to blow up something that we got going on. And our podcast space is different, y'all. I understand we live in a world where everybody want to see some beef. Everybody want to see some controversy. Everybody want to see some mess. You know, our thing is a little different. So it may not be appealing to the masses like that. It may not be appealing. I understand. But hey, that's just how it's going to be, because we're not going to walk down that road. That's not our lane. We're not going to do that to try to get views and all that. You say that's way out on the other side of town. How far out of town, man? You can't drive an hour to see your big brother? Come on, EDJ. You can't drive an hour? I'm sure you've driven an hour to do something you ain't had no business doing at least once in your life. Oh yeah, that's the video I saw. I knew it was from another artist. Okay, I got you, Alyssa. Tired of balling. I got it. I get it. Yeah. Deep Elevation says, what do you think about linking with Killer Priest for a podcast episode? To the deepest minds of him. Man, I would love. I'm getting to the point to be honest with y'all, I really, if I sat down with like Killer Priest or whoever, I wanted to be in person. I don't know how often Killer Priest comes to Houston. I don't ever remember if Killer Priest ever came to Houston to do a show. I didn't catch it. I didn't catch wind of it. But if he was to ever come to Houston, I would love, if I found out, if he had time, I would love for him to come sit down with us. You know, that would be the greatest thing, man. You know, that'd be the coolest thing. What's up, Mike? I see you. Beaumont is in the building. Yeah. Yep. So did. Deeper elevation. Look, man, we come out there kind of like every year, but still, that ain't a lot. Man, if I ain't good enough to drive an hour or so, man, I mean, I got to step my game up. I got to make it worthwhile because if Stevie Wonder was performing an hour away from me and all the tickets wouldn't gone, I'd be there. I'm going to see Stevie. Yeah. Mike Pena, I see you, man. Appreciate the love. Oh, that's right. I got you. I got you. It's all love. It's open topic, man. I will only be as engaging as y'all will. If we not engaging, then this will be a quick live, y'all. This will be a quick one. There's some stuff I'm forgetting. Some I'm forgetting to tell y'all, man. God, I hope it'll come to me. Appreciate the love. Alamo Andretti says, hip hop question. Do you count a hip hop duo as two MCs only? Yeah, because duo, the root word it is two. If it's a duo, that means two. Two, duo, duality. All those duo, that means two. When somebody has a duel with a sword, it's between two. So yeah, that's it. UGK was a duo. Outkast is a duo. Now, this is where it gets tricky because if there's a group that may consist of two rappers and a DJ, then that group may have a name like Houdini. But in Houdini, that was only two rappers. They were a rapping duo, but Grandmaster D was the DJ. He was inclusive and he's included in the group. Salt and Pepper, that's a duo. But after time, okay, you got Spinderella, who was the DJ. Run DMC was the group, but Jam Master Jay, he's just as much fixated in the minds of the people as a part of Run DMC. So if there's no DJ, then you instantly think 8 Ball and MJG. 8 Ball MJG, that's a duo. Big Boy and Andre, that's a duo. Pimp C and Bun, that's a duo. And I'm forgetting, but yeah, a duo is absolutely two people, no question about it. Now, rap MCs. So I guess your question is, you're saying, like you said, if it's Eric B and Rakim, technically they're a duo. Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince, technically they're a duo, but one is a DJ and one is a rapper. So I guess we would have to be specific, because I only read the first part. You would have to be specific. You mean like MCs or whatever, you know. Now, a duo is two people, plain and simple. Whether they're a rapper and a DJ, two rappers, two DJs, no rapper. Two people is a duo. Batman and Robin's nickname was the dynamic duo. When you used to watch Batman, when you was a little boy, they would say, can the dynamic duo get out of this situation? Will the Joker destroy the dynamic? Duo means two. Yeah. That's a really, really, really good question. Rashid Avant. See, those are the kind of questions get my wheels turning. Rashid Avant, I appreciate the donation, my brother. Thank you. All praise is due to Allah. Rashid says, I got a question on the song Overkill. Who are the people talking at the beginning and at the end? Also, what are your thoughts on Noble Drew Ali? I'll answer the second question first. I got nothing but love and respect for Noble Drew Ali. Some people may know him as Timothy Drew, but we affectionately know him as the great Noble Drew Ali. He did a lot in this country for Black people, a lot in this world, a lot in the spreading of Black empowerment and Islam. And so, you know, as a historian and lover of our people, you know, I got nothing but love and respect for Noble Drew Ali. He was one of the predecessors to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and so it's nothing but respect for Noble Drew Ali, because I know the Honorable Elijah Muhammad respected Noble Drew Ali. But on the song Overkill, okay, now that's Overkill is on Time Traveler. In the beginning, that's a sample. I know what you're talking about. That's a sample playing in the beginning. At the end, that was a cat that was at the studio with us, and he was talking to somebody at the end, and we kept the recording. That's all that was. Yeah. Hold on. Yoli, keeping it rolling. I appreciate the donation. Yoli. That's the information, y'all, for Denver, Colorado this Friday. Well, next Friday, not this Friday. Can't make it to Denver tonight. We'll be doing our thing. And yeah, and you know what? And that's another thing too. I forgot about that part. I'm glad you put that, Yoli. There's a contest applied to this particular show. Everyone that pays at the door, you're automatically entered to win a custom SPC PlayStation. Brand new, fresh out the box. You qualify to win just by paying at the door. Yep. St. Christopher, what's going on? St. Christopher says, say, big bro, who would you be a duo with? Nobody. I like being solo. I like being the front part of my career, I was in groups. I was in two or three groups. I was in a couple of groups before I started making records. Then I was in a couple of groups that I made records with. So once I went solo, you know, I was fine with it, because, you know, I can get to, I don't have to consult anybody about concepts and topics and whatever. I do what I want to do, shows, you know, you have full control over what you want to do. When you're in a group, you got to kind of cater to the other person's, you know, compromise, which ain't nothing wrong with that, but, you know, I got too much in my head to suppress it. You know, so in my mind, I'm like, if I got ideas, I want to do it. And I don't necessarily want to be in a group where somebody may disagree with my ideas, and we kind of go back and forth or compromise. You know, I'd rather just be able to just, when I get a thought, I can move on without having to answer to somebody. Another great question. Y'all are asking me questions that don't normally get asked. A lot of times you get asked a lot of the same questions, and it stagnates me. When people ask me the same questions, I'm like, I answer them now because I love y'all, but for the most part, when I get new questions, then that makes me like, yeah, gets me going. MC Josiah, I appreciate the donation, appreciate the love. Said, what up, K-Rino? I had a blast doing a local show today. Also, I'm booked for a show at the end of August. Man, keep working. You know, I tell you this every week, man. Keep working, man. Keep working. You might get a real cool opportunity one day. You just stay on it. Keep a positive attitude even when things ain't going right. The music business is not a smooth ride. The music business is a street with a bunch of potholes on it. And if you're not built for it, or if you get frustrated, not it's all right, you can get frustrated, but if you just lose your mind and lose your composure when things ain't going right, then that's your sign that you need to be doing something else. So I always stay focused through all other stuff. Money in the Bank says duo group like Big Boss and even OG Style. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a duo group. Yeah, that because Boss was the producer and OG Style was the rapper. Salute to my homie E. Yeah. Mike Pena says, didn't y'all have a tape out before Rap a Lot? No, Rap a Lot dropped first. The original Ghetto Boys, they came out maybe a year before us, or maybe a few months before. They came out before us. The original Ghetto Boys with Jukebox and Johnny C, and of course Reddy Red and Bushwick were holdovers from the last group that came into the new group when Face and Willie D became a part of the Ghetto Boys. But they beat us by maybe a year or a few months. We came out in '87. They may have came out in '86 or early part of '87. I know because I checked it. I just don't remember the exact. It's another good question. EDJ says the MC and DJ duo was more in the '80s. You don't hear about that now. Yeah, unfortunately. And you know the crazy part about it? A lot of artists still have um, their own DJ that they do shows that they tour with. You know, I think what pulled the the exposure of the DJ out of the minds of the people, and why the artists don't mention the DJ no more, even if you have a DJ, is because back in those days, your DJ performed on the records, meaning that if I'm bragging about my DJ, I'm bragging about Jam Master Jay, and he's Jam Master Jay, he's scratching on the songs, multiple songs. You're hearing Mix Master Ice on the UTFO album. He's scratching on multiple songs. You're hearing Cut Creator on LL's records, or Bobcat on LL's records, because they're performing on these records as well. Jazzy Jeff, he's performing on these records. And in a lot of cases, they would give the DJ their own song. That was a big thing back in the days. If you had a DJ, you propped your DJ up, and at some point on that record, he got his own song where he just was free to just work out. So you don't see that no more. You're not gonna see rappers these days just give the DJ a whole song. You don't hardly ever even hear cuts and scratches on records no more. You don't hear that no more. So I think that's what took it out. to where you don't see those duo MC DJ groups no more, because now the rappers like, I don't need that. Hard enough to make money. The streaming companies are stealing all the money anyway. Yeah. No, Alyssa, Overkill is on Time Traveler. You're thinking about Overdose. Overdose is on Danger Zone. Overkill is on Time Travel. Sonia Coleman says, Three Gods. You like the Three Gods, Sonia? Book number 7, Alyssa. I got to get Alyssa straight tonight because she's all over the place tonight, y'all. We love her, though. Book number 7 is on the album called Book Number 7. So Overkill is on Time Traveler, Overdose is on Danger Zone, and book number 7 is on the album Book Number 7. It's the title song to the album of the same name. Now I might not remember all my songs and certain stuff, but certain stuff I got pretty good. What do you feel, Deep Elevation says, what do you feel are the most overlooked truths in Black history? And how can we reclaim our narrative without falling into new forms of control? It's so many. We can start with the recoloring of the prophet Jesus, or Yahshua, for those who want to be technically correct. They whitewashed the prophets. They whitewashed God himself. The history of slavery is suppressed, while other histories of atrocities and oppressions from other people are elevated and continuously drilled into our memory, and we're told to never forget. But our history is pushed down and suppressed all the time. Another thing that gets overlooked, and I don't say overlooked, it gets suppressed, intentionally suppressed, as the rich history of Black people in terms of our contributions to every single science and technology of the world. Everything, our hand is on that. The inventions that Black people have invented that are everyday things that are in use right now by people all around the world, those things are suppressed and reduced down to just some lightweight footnotes here and there. So it's so many, man. We could talk about this all night, but those are just a few that pop into my mind. The narrative that when we were brought here in slavery from Africa, that we were savages. We were just wild, ignorant savages. Yet these same savages were the ones who built all of your edifices, built all your structures and your monuments, your White House and all this stuff. These were this is information that we already had. This was knowledge that we already had of architecture and things of that nature. But they always painted us out to be a savage, just like they did in Native Americans. So anytime there's somebody they want to eliminate, they'll say, well, they're savages. They have no feeling. But it's a lot, man. We'll be on that all day. Another great question. Lindsay, where you been? We ain't seen you since 1931. Where you been hiding at? You been sitting out some tickets? You remember back in the days, people used to sit out their tickets. When they had a warrant, you can just go down to the city jail and sit in jail for about 3 days, and you ain't got to pay that money for them tickets. Yeah. Oh crap. Righteous by Nature says, will you have any more books for sale titled? Oh, life lesson. Yeah, we got them, and the website is back up. We got a few tweaks we got to do, but we do have the website back up. We got a couple of tweaks to do. Shout out to Dollar Bill. Dollar Bill. Michael says, what are your thoughts on the new law, no touch with cell phones or electronic devices in your car and getting tickets? They can track your every move with the flocking device. What do you mean? So you saying that they're gonna come out with a law that they don't want you using your phones while you're driving? But what's the other part to that? You said getting tickets. Okay, I got that point. You say they can track your every move with the flocking devices on the highway. I'll explain that one to me. Explain that one to me. But I get the first part. I mean, that wouldn't be a bad law to pass, because everybody just. Now, I wouldn't say talking on the phone. I wouldn't. Sometimes you can talk on the phone, but the texting part and all that, yeah, you got to be, that's a different one. Everybody does it. All right. No, you'll be good, Xavier. You're good. I promise you, you're good. I promise you. You don't have to worry about that. Just show up. You'll be fine. You can bring 20 people with you. Okay, flock cameras profile the tags of every car. Okay, so when the flock camera profiles your tag, okay, then what happens after that? Because Michael said that they have the ability to track you. I mean, what's the details of the tracking? Like, I'm not doubting nothing that you're saying. First of all, let's get that straight. I don't put nothing past them. God, how far back did I go? Okay. Sonia says, why won't you run for city council? I have no interest in being a politician. None. I have zero interest in being a politician. It's not my passion, not my lane, not nothing I'm interested in. I feel like I can get more done just being boots on the ground. Mike says, if you could choose another country to move in, somewhere in Africa. I got to go to Africa at least once. Probably somewhere in Africa. I just got to pick one of the African nations that I would like. Yeah. Money in the Bank. It was great speaking to you at Exotic. Yeah, it's all love. That was a dope event. That was a dope show, man. Dope show. They did it big that day. Money in the Bank. Send me an email right now. I got some stuff coming up I need to holler at you about. Deep Elevation said the majority of the people in this chat probably don't know who the NIOT is. You're probably right. But we know. But they go on YouTube. They might be able to find them. Jado says Catch 'em Slipping was awesome. Yeah, man. Shout out to my homie OG Style. Marty Marr, what's going on, my brother? Dead End representing, man. Dead End. Putting the bread in. That's right, man. R.I.P. Ready Red. I said I was a duo by myself. Yeah, that's a K-Rino line. Man, appreciate that, man. He said, me and my son, my grand. Oh, man, come on, man. You got the grandson and the son and the you. That's 3 generations, man. Salute to you, rocking with your brother, St. Christopher. Lindsay say, what that street military do? Terrence Miller says, have you ever had a song with Wood? No, me and Wood never did a song together. All these years we've been knowing each other. I would definitely collab with him. Have you watched the Wood interview on the Underground Dialogue podcast, Terrence? Since you're mentioning Wood, have you watched the latest episode? He's on the latest episode of Underground Dialogue podcast. So y'all go check it out as soon as we get off of here and listen to all that game my brother was spitting. DJ Damo. See, people don't know Damo started off with us too. Damo was our first DJ in the late 80s when we had a group called COD. People don't know that. See? See, Damo, see, I'm gonna tell you, see, you finna bear witness because you finna know I'm telling the truth. Damo was DJing with us in like say late 80s, early 90s. Damo is short for domination. His name was DJ Domination. But people just start calling him Damo just for short. Trust me. Ask Damo, did he DJ with us when we were COD back in the late 80s, early 90s? John, is that John Knopflin? When you're gonna do a remix of Technology? I don't do remixes. I just do another song building on that or on something else involved with. I don't really do a lot of remixes, if any at all. And yeah, Alyssa, that's a good point. See, sometimes you can just do a feature and y'all two, they still represent a duo, but y'all might not be a group. But Flip and Row didn't they do a whole album together? Matter of fact, yeah, Flip and Row did a whole album together. And I think, what was it called? What was that album Flip and Zero did together some years back? Y'all, one of y'all know the answer to this. I'm just waiting on it. I'm just waiting on it. What's the name of that album? Somebody tell me, because it's going to bother me all night long if I don't know the name of that album. Was it it wasn't Underground Kings. It wasn't that. Somebody help me out, man. Y'all don't do me like this. Don't have me struggling all night. Well, I can look it up. I can look it up. Hold on. Open topic, man. Yeah. Come on, let me see. Kings of the South. God dog it. Thank you, Michael. And Alyssa, you're right. Overkill is on book number 7. I was thinking about 4-minute warning. Kings of the South. Yeah, thank y'all. That would have bothered me all night. You know, if you can't think of something that you thought you knew, I think they was talking about doing a part 2 to Kings of the South. Yeah. Okay, hold on, John Michael. What you say? John Michael said Mark of the Beast. What about the Mark of the Beast? J-Do says, yes, sir. Choctaw and Cherokee people had very intricate societal orders and norms, but they called us savages. Yeah, that's the playbook. That's the play. If everybody was so savage, y'all sure didn't have no problem using them for labor. Who trained them? Y'all didn't train them. Y'all don't know how the pyramids got built. E.T. says, K-Rino, to my live stream concert. Tickets to my live stream is my Afton show. Player T-A-K. Afton is still around? Afton is still around? Wow. Wow. Congratulations, man. I'm gonna do a live stream show one of these days. I'm just trying to set it up and get it to where it's gonna be right, to where it's gonna be clear. I'm gonna get it to where people all around the world can watch the show. Y'all gonna have to pay now. Ain't gonna be free. Base Hexors in the building. Hmm. Okay, let me see where we at. Where we at? Y'all click the like button if you haven't already. I know it ain't that many of us in here tonight. Seems like when I come on late, it be more people. When I come on early, I'm thinking I'm getting on here early. Yeah. Savage philosophers in the building. You haven't been invited to the cookout. That means you ain't been getting your notifications, Lindsay. Sometimes they be doing me like that. You know, you always invited to the cookout. Yeah, that's right. I'm coming, John Michael. Album coming soon. Well, Xavier, I never know what my set list is gonna be. I just know certain songs I normally do, but I change it, I switch it and change the order. No show is alike. Like I say, it may be certain songs that, definitely I'm gonna do, but no show is alike. They scan a RFID in the plate. Oh wow. Okay. Phantom Face Final is in the building, y'all. My brother is here. It scans the plate and scans the devices in the car. Wow. Well, as long as you ain't doing nothing, got no business doing, you ain't got nothing to worry about. Yeah. That's why I say, you said Michael to use to track criminal mischief. As long as you ain't doing nothing, you got no business doing, you good. That's how they do, man. Oh no, I'll never be in politics like that. Mm-mm. I said, mm-mm. Deepa says, when you write, are you expressing purely from within, or do you keep your listeners in mind? No, actually, yeah, both. I always think about y'all when I'm writing. I have to. I have to tune in on what y'all like, what aspects of my creativity that y'all like, that you might not like, you know. It's all right to be selfish sometimes. An artist has to be selfish sometimes. And I'm making this particular song for me. I don't care who like it. I'm making this out of how I feel. I don't care who like it. And those usually be the ones that people love because they can relate to some aspect of it. Yeah. But you have to think about the people when you write because you have to visualize whether or not what you're saying is going to be relatable to them. Help the youth, Sonya, without going into politics. See, when you go into politics, you become enslaved to a degree because you're going to be handcuffed. It's only going to be so much that you can do, especially the higher up. Now, on the local level, you got a little more action. You got a little more action to really, really get down and do some things, But even then, you plan sides of the fence, and that's just not my thing. It's just not my passion. I can do God's work. I can get out here and do all kind of things that represent God's work to help people, things that people might not even know that we out here doing. Alexis, do you have a planned set list for? No, no planned set list. Like it's certain songs I know I'm gonna do, but there are other songs I don't know. I put it together. I go through my song. And I say, you know what? I'm gonna do that. You know what? I ain't did this in a long time. I'm gonna do that one. Okay, I'm gonna definitely do that. I never know. I don't know. I have no clue now. It'll come as the show gets closer. What you want to be prepared for? I ain't gonna do nothing crazy now. You think I'm gonna play just bust out and start doing some dance moves and James Brown splits and all that? What you trying to be prepared for? I appreciate it, Alexis. I appreciate it, Alexis. I appreciate you, Sonya. I mean, it just ain't my passion, Sonya. It's not something I'm not. I let the people who want to do that do that. I'm that dude on the peripheral. I'm on the outskirts of that world. See, you got the streets and you got the suites. I ain't in the suites. I'm in the streets. That's where the people see me and have seen me putting in the work along with my brothers and sisters, my OGs who taught me how to do that. Yeah. How the hell I look making a grandest remix? Oh my God. Oh man, I hate when I do that. Yeah, they always messing over my people on these notifications, man. Alamo Andretti, I appreciate the donation, Alamo. What do you think about the FBA, Foundational Black Americans, and the American Descendants of Slaves movements? Black Americans are embracing their unique lineage here. About time or divisive to Black unity? Um, I wouldn't go so far to say it's divisive to Black unity because in the just an FBA, you still got the term Black in there, so they're recognizing who they are. When you say American descendants of slaves, they're still recognizing who where we came from, the act of slavery, even though Black is not. But a lot of Black people like to claim America, and they claim America for different reasons. Um, Some claim America because they just like, hey, look, I'm an American. I'm proud to be an American. I'm an African American. And they claim that, and sometimes they claim it with a little ignorance sprinkled on it because they don't understand that you're not really viewed as the American part. They don't look at you as the same American as they are, you know. But some black people would take the American part from the angle of, well, no, we are black people who are, again, descendants of slaves in America, who built this country, who worked for centuries, free labor, got nothing, never received a reparation. This country wouldn't be what it is without black people. And we are claiming that, like, hey, yeah, this is ours. We got just as much right to it as you. So some take it from that angle. So to really understand, we would have to just have conversations with people to know, okay, well, why do you call yourself an African American? Would I call myself an African American? No. But I would listen to why you do and then say, okay, well, I understand and disagree, or understand and okay, I get it. You know, that's just me. Okay, so it did come out. Yeah, okay, Marty. Yeah. I remember, I think I heard Flip talking about it. So it did come out. A single. Okay. So the single that, who did Alyssa just mention that single? Whoever just mentioned that single, that song that you said, that may have been off the part two. Okay. It's all coming together. I'm a little slow, y'all. John Michael, if you're seriously inquiring about a feature, that's my email. I'll see an email from you when we get off this live if you're serious about a feature. But just like I told my brother a minute ago, I'll look out for you. But you gotta be serious. I ain't gonna charge you 6 figures for a feature. I'm gonna look out for you. I'm gonna work within your budget. But you gotta be serious. My biggest pet peeve is when people ask me about a feature and they nowhere close to being ready. Oh, I just wanted to know. You gotta have something to start with. Xavier says, do you perform more songs from newer albums or older? I mix it up, but I would say probably more from older stuff, but I do mix it up. I try to incorporate a little more stuff. So it'll be all over the place. Savage Philosopher says, I am a Native American with knowledge given to me by my elders. I am an actual savage and philosopher. Vincent says, Islam. Alexa says, what songs set list? Okay, you already asked me that. Okay, my bad. I read that one over. All right. What's my favorite to perform with my songs? My favorite? Probably A Perfect World. I just feel like that's a song that unifies people, and no matter where I perform it at, blacks, whites, Latinos, whoever, Asian, like that song is universally one of the songs that people are always like, yeah, man. Yeah. Michael say also they have it where if your card's linked to certain sites and you jaywalk, oh my gosh, they take the money from your account without, oh my gosh, oh my goodness, man. Oh, now, children. We're not going to start with y'all tonight, Savage Philosopher and Alyssa. I'm erasing these comments y'all putting up there. Okay. Garrett says, if you tell the secret, they kill you, is what the sword meant. Yeah, you talking about the Masonic symbol. Yeah. That's what that sword represents. It represents that you keep that secret, and those who don't keep that secret, they gonna see they see that sword. Yeah. John Michael says, I click it, but it just says report. What do you mean? Click what? What are you clicking? Not no, that's not a link. You talking about my email? That's not a link. That's not a link. That's I'm just sending you telling you where my email what my email address is. You'd have to manually type it. I don't research conspiracies. I don't. I look for truth. I don't go around looking for conspiracy theories or conspiracies. What I come across in my search for what's true may fall under the category of either or, but I'm not a conspiracy buff. I don't just go around. I'm trying to find out the truth. I'm not one of those people who would. I'm not Alex Jones, who I'm not just looking for something, some sensationalism to go into, whatever. My deal is just look, hey, I come across it, study it, find out it's true, I speak on it, you know. Deepa says, what place in Houston that has been torn down or replaced with something new that you wish they would bring back? That's a good question. For sentimental values, you know, I miss when the screw shop was right in the hood, that original screw shop. Torn down. It's something that I'm not remembering that I wish was still there though. But yeah, that the screw shop kind of uh, stands out. Michael, I already know you rock with me. Okay, man. Oh, Astroworld. Wow, that's a good one. If I went to Astroworld today, I wouldn't ride no rides that go in the air. I was young and naive. We used to get on them old raggedy roller coasters and them crazy rides that drop down. Like you was playing with your life. Money in the Bank. Have you ever thought about getting back on KPFT? No. I don't like the way KPFT handled a lot of the black shows around, and sooner or later, man, they just weeded a lot of the really good black shows off, man. Like Connect the Dots with Dr. Abdul Halim. One of the best shows they had on that station. I don't even know if Damage Control is still on. I don't know. Maybe they are. They messed that up, ran us off. I was like, I left. I was like, I ain't finna do. I saw where it was going. And so no, I wouldn't go back to KPFT. I'll never say never, but and they don't owe me nothing. But I'm just saying it would have to be like, man, y'all got to change a whole lot of stuff. But I'm cool with my podcasting now. I'm good on my podcasting. I don't have no issues because the podcasting space is a freer space. It's a more freer space. We can be on as long as we need to. When I was on KPFT, we had 1 hour. So we trying to squeeze in that. The only thing I miss about doing the radio show, y'all, is being able to take live phone calls. I do miss that part. And we're going to try to set that up and get that going on the podcast at some point where we can do live stream. Like I'm doing right now, we could do a live episode of the podcast and have people either call in or we can take certain questions like we're doing right now. We just got to get set up for it. We just got to get set up for it. I didn't watch the Superman movie. I came real close to going to the movies one day by myself to watch that Superman movie. But at the last minute, I said, man, I'm gonna go home. I was getting ready to go. I had checked the time and everything. But this is where I messed up. I was gonna go watch the Superman movie, but I ate. I stopped by a restaurant and I ate. And when I ate, it was all over. But I am gonna go check it out. I do want to go see it. Alexis, send me an email, Alexis. Yeah, we got the website back up. We just got to get a little things tied together on the paper. But we got all that. We got the books. We got everything, man. We got show you what else we got. That I need every one of y'all to get one of these. I need every one of y'all to get one of these. The SPC album, The Ties That Bind, the South Park Coalition. Physical copy. Yeah. I need everybody who's on the website. I'm gonna announce it. And I want y'all to show some love. Show some love. Tonight. Come on, y'all. Y'all are being bad. Relax, sleep, and unwind. Relax, sleep, and unwind says, hey, man, I had no clue you did live streams. Been bumping your music since childhood, fam. Second Ward, Telephone Road, salute, man. Yeah, I do live streams. I've been doing live streams almost since I started doing YouTube. Every Friday, pretty much, I'm here. Every Friday. Sometimes if I got something going on, I might miss. But sometime throughout the weekend, but particularly on Fridays, you can catch your brother doing a late night live stream like this. So subscribe to the channel. Relax, sleep, unwind. Don't sleep too long. Subscribe and hit your notifications. Did you know I did a podcast too? Relax. I'm promoting everything, man. Everything. That's my podcast. That's my podcast, Underground Dialogue Podcast with my brother Keith Stowe. Yeah. So yeah, man. Yeah, we here all the time, bro. Come to the show, Michael. You know I got you. We gonna all sign it for you. Xavier says, weird question, but do you live on your own? Yeah, I live on my own. I'm a big boy. Yeah. Solitude. Solitude is like swallowed food. El Garza says, do you have a song to that KPFT radio intro? No, that beat was for that beat. I heard that beat the other night and I was like, man, I wouldn't mind making a song to it. But once I do it, that's for that beat. Yeah. Man, I appreciate the love. Relax. But that's what it is. Don't be no stranger, man. We want to see you every week. We want to see you every week. Memphis Mix. Memphis Mix. I'll be in Austin next month. With ESG. I want to see you in the building. We working. I stay working. Bam, 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 I stay working. Jado say, what's a mainstream song that everybody loved that you couldn't stand? And I got a bunch of mainstream songs that I couldn't stand. Can't remember them off the dome, but it's been a few songs that I like that was mainstream songs. I just can't, nothing jumps out at me right now. But all through the years, ain't just nothing, no reach, because I don't even listen to the radio no more. But back in the radio days, there should be songs that I hated. There should be songs that I like. And they were like, you like that? You know a song I used to like? I'm going to let y'all in on a little secret. I used to like this song. Y'all remember JJ Fast Supersonic? Supersonic. When she started going, that was hard. That was hard. I rock with that Supersonic. Y'all got me messed up. JJ Fad, yeah. Yeah. It's a few other ones. There's a bunch of groups that people didn't like and they just act like, oh, man, that's whack. Okay, well, yes, I can't argue with your opinion. What movie? Money in the Bank. Which one? Angels movie. What's up, Aaron? I see you. I got a. You ever heard of a place called Far Out Lounge? Xavier, I think it's called Far Out Lounge in Austin. We'll be out there next month. That don't mean don't come to the show this month. Come to both of them. Yeah. John Michael says, hold on, I lost you. I lost you, John Michael. Yeah, that's right, MK. JJ Fad. It's a bunch of other groups I'm forgetting. People used to think it was whack. I'm like, I used to jam MC Shadi back in the days. My name is Shadi and I gotta be tough. I used to jam Shadi. Y'all don't know about Shadi. Y'all don't know nothing about Shadi. You got to be a certain age. I know Marty Marr up in here. I know he know about Shadi. Um, I'm trying to see who Phantom Face might remember Shadi, but everybody else, y'all in y'all 30s and y'all don't know nothing about MC Shadi. Yeah. I listen to people that y'all don't listen to, that y'all never heard of. A lot of the rappers I listen to, y'all never even heard of them before. Mr. Jack says, "What? Say, why do you think street military not bigger than what they are?" Could be a couple of reasons. Back in the days, street signed with a label out of the on the East Coast. I think it was Wild Pitch, and I don't think Wild Pitch knew how to market them, knew how to work them, man, to blow them up nationally, like nationally, like they could have. Street was supposed to be like Ghetto Boys, Bone Thugs. They were supposed to be that kind of group. So I think a lot of the marketing when they signed that big deal, they dropped the ball. Not Street, the label dropped the ball because them dudes is like, I don't categorize Street Military as like one of the greatest groups in Houston. I categorize them as one of the greatest groups ever. So yeah, man, the children are acting bad tonight, y'all. The children are being bad tonight. We ain't doing that, man. Y'all not gonna be hijacking my chats with y'all arguing with each other every week. Savage Philosopher and Alyssa. This is every week now. Y'all go at it every week and have turned my chats into a personal battleground. Y'all need to get each other's information and go at it. This ain't that kind of space. We don't come on here to do this. This is a peace. This is a peaceful zone. I'm a peaceful man. I don't deal with drama. So we got to fix that, or y'all gonna have to exchange information and get that together. Y'all can do it on y'all own time, man. Because y'all are not being respectful to everybody else in the chat. Nobody wants to see y'all going back and forth like that. We grown. There are other people in the chat that are asking other questions, that are talking about other things, and y'all are getting in the way, bumping heads with each other while we on something. We move with other stuff. So the best thing for us to do is just okay. Well, if okay, well, if one person says, okay, I'm not gonna respond to it anymore, then there'll be no more back and forth. It'll just be back, or it'll just be forth. So if one person says I'm done with it, then the other person keeps doing it, then we'll see who's really the problem, right? But if both people keep doing it, come on, y'all, we grown, y'all. We have to elevate. There's a thing called rising above emotion into the thinking of God. Shout out to the Honorable Mr. Louis Farrakhan for that beautiful lecture that's probably on YouTube. And sometimes we can't always fight every battle, or we don't always have to prove that, like a lot of people that come on my chat we don't always agree on everything. We don't always agree. I've went back and forth with a lot of y'all on different subjects, but in a way of like just dialoguing. So we got to rise above the emotion of just if somebody, even if somebody attacks our belief, attacks our views or whatever. You know, we grown people, and we don't really know each other like we don't really know each other on here, right? So it doesn't make sense for any of us to be personally mad or angry about something that somebody says or disagrees with us about that you don't even know. We know each other on this chat, particularly by name. So I can look at certain names. Oh, okay, that go my boy Savage Philosopher. Oh, that go my girl Alyssa. That go Jado. We know each other by names. But I wouldn't know y'all if I seen y'all in Walmart, probably. You know what I'm saying? Y'all wouldn't know me, but you would have to come and tell. Well, you know, my boy Michael Butte is up in this thing. Marty is up in it. You know, I got my brothers up in here. But no disrespect, you know, if I saw, you know, just my homie Vincent, that go Vincent right there. I may not recognize Vincent if I saw him. Vincent lives in Hawaii. I live in Houston. So it's not that serious for me to be upset. We joke and we laugh about different things, but it should never be that serious for us to get that upset about. And if we disagree, and it's clear that y'all disagree, then we have to reach a point at some point where somebody says, okay, well, we just don't see eye to eye. Let's move on. Y'all gonna argue every week and nobody stops and it just goes because, come on now, come on, y'all, come on, man. I'm giving Big Brother giving y'all some Big Brother game, man. What's up, Tim? I see you. Rasta Gideon, I see you. Now, Garrett, I ain't no holy man at all. Ain't nothing holy about me. I'm not holy at all. But, you know, I've been on this earth for a long time, man. And I've made a lot of mistakes. I've been in a lot of situations. I've done things that I wish I could change and reverse. And so I've been in these kind of exchange. I know how it go, man. So, you know, just a lot of times when we on the inside looking out, anger and emotion just gets the best of us. And we just, and it's hard to hear rationale that comes outside. You don't want to hear that in the moment because you locked in to the engagement. But sometimes you gotta say, okay, let me step outside the moment. It's not that serious, y'all. It's really not. Whatever somebody subscribes to, whatever they do, it has no effect on you. So we can talk about it, but we ain't gotta get mad. We ain't gotta get mad, y'all. Come on now. We grown. We like little children, like we grown. Come on, y'all. This make me want to shut my lives down when y'all start doing that, man. This ain't the kind of energy that we have. It's the cool space. Yeah, this the cool space, man. So let's get back to talking this deal, having this open topic, having this live stream open topic, and let's end in a peaceful manner. You know, we ain't got to kumbaya with each other, but let's end in a peaceful manner, man. Xavier says we all come from the infinite creator. Let's love and respect each other. We come from the source. We are one, just experiencing this reality. Yeah, you know, the thing is, we ain't got to like each other either. But we ain't got to engage in whatever ill will we hit this every time. It's like, you know, if I was riding down the street and I looked across the street and I saw my enemy in a parking lot or somebody I didn't like, I ain't gonna say my enemy. I'm not gonna bust a U-turn and go in there to talk. I'm gonna keep going where I'm going. Yeah. T10 says, why would you be around someone you don't like? There are a few reasons why you could. You may work with somebody, so you have to go to work. They have to go to work. So you may be employed in a place where you work around somebody you don't particularly like. You may be on a basketball team. That was a time Shaq and Kobe didn't really like each other, but they worked together and they won championships together. So you can be around somebody you don't like. You can love somebody that you don't like. People have family members and brothers and sisters that have strained relationships, and you say, well, I love my dad, but I don't like him. I love my mom, but I don't like, you can love somebody. You don't want nothing bad to happen to them, but you might not like them because they may have ways that just like, man, I just don't like your ways. You changing them. I don't like you, but I don't want to fall on your head when you're walking down the street. So yeah, so those are some, but to your point, to what I believe your point is, sometimes people self-abuse to where they voluntarily remain in situations around people that they don't like, and sometimes people tolerate that for other benefits. You done married some rich dude, but you don't like him. You hate his guts, but you don't want to lose the access to his money. Yeah. John Michael says, what do you mean, brother, not holy? Exactly that. Holy, the word holy, means pure and untampered with. I'm not pure and I've been tampered with. Not in a crazy way. You pure and uncut. You without flaws, divine divinity. No, that's not me. I'm flawed. I'm a flawed individual. I'm not a perfect individual by no stretch of the imagination. I got a lot of things I need to overcome and work on within myself. But along that way and in that process, you still are trying to be a better person to help other people and give a good word to other people and become better for yourself. But so from the outside looking in, people that don't just really know you, they'll say, "Oh man, wow, you such a." You say, "No, I ain't. I ain't even close." Yeah, it's a scripture that said, "There's none good but God." It's another scripture that says, "All of our righteousness is like dirty rags in the eyes of God." So even when we think we're doing something, we ain't doing nothing. Yeah. Walaikum salam, righteous by nature. Muhammad Mas number 26. Man, thank you for coming through, my brother. All praise is due to the most miss. Garrett says, Farrakhan, Farrakhan, Farrakhan. Yep. Multiplied by 1,000. Pinto sound. Pinto sound. Why you need the most high in your life. Jesus is the way. Soon World War III and the rapture. By the way, Kay, hell, you meant to say hell. Hell in heaven is real. Nice you quote the Bible. It says so, actually salute. Well, I don't disagree with nothing you said. We may have a difference in the meaning of it, but I don't disagree with nothing that you said. Nothing. No, I don't disagree with no part of what you said. Now, like I said, I can look at it and kind of understand how you might mean it, and there may be some discrepancy in our interpretation of it, but at the foundation, cool. Yeah. Barry Tone say, what do you tell yourself when facing obstacles to stay motivated? Um, what I one of the things that I visualize before I get into what I tell myself, as soon as the problem comes, my mind instantly goes to the end of the problem, the solution. I picture myself on the other side of it, fixing it. I always use this example, Barry Tone Jones, my brother. You have people who, when a problem hits, you got folks that are gonna break down and stress and pull their hair out and cry, complain, Lord, why me? You got those people that's gonna blame everybody else for their problem. You got those people. Then you got the people who, when the same problem hits, they spring into action. They start working towards fixing the problem. Now, because they understand, those type of people understand that the whining and crying about it, you wasting time. Now, if you're gonna whine and cry about it while you're working to fix it, okay, cool. We still don't want to hear the whining, but we can accept the crying and whining because at least you working to fix it in the process, the work is getting done. And the example I was talking about, I always use ants. And I think I said this recently, like ants don't even have a brain. I think they go off some type of senses. Y'all look that up. Somebody type in, do ants have a brain? Do ants have brains? Ants don't have brains, but they have an intelligence about them and a unity about them that individuals, that humans that have brains and far more intelligence than the ant, we don't even exhibit that. So when you step on a ant bed, when you step on a mound of ants, when you see the ant bed just sitting up minding its own business, and then you step on it, what do the ants do? To a foolish person, you think that the ants are scrambling. Oh my God, he stepped in my house. You think the ants are running scared and going crazy. You know what them ants are doing? They springing into action. They working. They're working. And when you come back a few hours later, that ant bed is rebuilt. They're not complaining. They're not looking at you like, hey man, why you step on my house, bro? They ain't doing none of that. They go right to work. So that's, my mind goes into that, like, man, how are we gonna figure this out? How am I gonna get out of it? Instantly go to the solution. Because no problem is gonna get fixed by stressing about it. I'm not saying that the problem won't be stressful. I'm not saying that you might not be a little stressed, but that's not gonna fix the problem. The only thing that's gonna fix the problem is fixing the problem. That's it. Great question. Jason said they live for their queen. Yeah, they like protect the queen at all costs. Dark Mist said, I hate people who say they believe in God and may even go to church, but the second someone claims they seen a ghost, they're looked at as crazy. That's not what I thought you was gonna say, but okay. I thought you was gonna say people claim they believe in God and go to church and hallelujah, hallelujah. And then the second problems come in their life, they just throw all that out the window. They don't even want to hear you tell them, hey man, like, I know you're going through, man, trust in God, just believe in God. God gonna work. They don't even want to hear that. Okay, well, hold on. Well, why it's good when it's good? It's good when it's good, but when it's bad, nah, it ain't good. That's what I have a problem. I don't like those kind of people. I don't trust those kind of people. I don't trust nobody who will slide you, throw you under the bus when they going through bad stuff. And I say it all the time, those are the most demonic, evil people in the world. A person who can't hold it and go, okay, let's work through it. A person who resorts strictly to evil and venom, stay away. Those are demons in human form. James W.S. It's open topic tonight, James, but you coming in at the tail end, man. But you here, though. Yeah. Appreciate you coming through, Philip. Rasta Gideon. Yeah, some people money is their only God. But what's going to happen when the money ain't got no more juice? When the money don't mean nothing? Wait till y'all hear this song on my new album. Yeah. Michael said, that's like your song. People don't want to go through the struggle alone, so they bring you down with, yeah. People want to, there are people who try to forcefully make you adopt their trauma. You ain't got to do that. Like, hey, I ain't got to do that. They try to make you adopt their trauma. Nah. You are free. You are free to be what you need to be. Life is stressful enough. See, what we have to do, y'all, we have to make a commitment to ourselves that we will never, ever allow outside forces, meaning people, we will never allow them from the outside into our world and shake our world up in a negative way. You don't have to do that. You got the right to kick them out. That's your right. Life is stressful enough. Somebody want to come along and lollipop their way into your life to cause problems? No. Heck no. Keep that where you was. Keep that where you was, partner. Get yourself together. God bless you. But stay over there. Why do they want to reboot the world in their image? Retro gamer God. Well, it's not even a reboot. The world is already in that image. The book says we were born in sin and shaped in iniquity. This was already here when we got here. It has been here. So the reboot is going to be the cleansing. The reboot will start up the new world. This world is already in the image of Satan. this world on the way. L said, I promise you're gonna feel me like Donahue. Did y'all get that line? We finna put you to the test tonight, L. Who understood that line where I said, I don't know what the line I said before it was, but I said, I promise you're gonna feel me like Donahue. It gotta be somebody old in here to get that line. Who gets that line? I want to see who understands that line. Yeah. I'm gonna give y'all a couple of minutes. I said, I promise you're gonna feel me like Donahue. Tell me what that line meant. Michelle says, don't drive me up a wall. What you said, 150 miles an hour? That's a good one. Yeah. Jason Brody, Down Under. Oh my gosh, man. Let me see who got that line. Who got that line, man? Come on, Mr. Jack. Thank you, Mr. Jack. Michael says, didn't he get punched in the mouth? I don't know if they punched Phil Donahue. If they did, that one got by me. I know some of these cats have been punched in the mouth. Mike Pinga says, Farrakhan on Phil Donahue. Woohoo! Boy, if you ever want to see a master class, just come right here on YouTube. Just watch Minister Farrakhan on the Phil Donahue show. Twice. Then if you want to watch some more whooping, go watch Khalid Muhammad on it. But go watch Minister Farrakhan on the Phil Donahue show. Woo-hoo-wee. That's right, Andre Agony. Okay, I got some old Phil Donahue is. It was one line I knew y'all wasn't gonna get from back in the days. I mean, not back in the days. I said a few albums back. I don't even want to say it right now because I know y'all don't. I'm not even waste my time because I know y'all ain't gonna understand it. Some of the lines I write for myself. Yep, he was married to Marlo Thomas. Geraldo Rivera. Yeah, he got definitely punched in the mouth. That's right. Money in the Bank. That wouldn't Phil Donahue. That was Geraldo. Geraldo was just a messy little. Oh man, he was just a messy little cat, man. And they popped him in his face. Geraldo got punched. Jim Rome got tossed one time. These cats used to be real disrespectful, man. Look, I don't anticipate us getting to 100 likes. I'm not going to even push for it tonight. If anybody haven't hit the like button yet, y'all go ahead and get the last little like saying I ain't even trying to get to 100. It is what it is. And we will get y'all out of here. Y'all drop y'all locations, man. Let me shout y'all out. Drop y'all locations. Let me shout y'all out. Okay, L say, I know what it is. L say, I ain't crazy. Yeah. Rasta Gideon says we should respect each other for our differences seen. Yeah, I mean, especially if it ain't gonna change now. Okay, hold on. Let me drop my shout outs to y'all. I got caught up. Okay, here we go. Jado Productions is in Tempe, Arizona. Clayton Johnson, Columbus, Ohio. Mike Pena, much love to you. Savage Philosophers in Tulsa, Oklahoma. He said head of the Illuminati. Uh, uh, I lost my spot. Dark Misses in Queens, New York. Is that Osrosa? I'm gonna say ASR SOS RSA. So that must be something backwards. Is that no? I don't know what that says. I'm trying to decipher your name, but I appreciate the love. Memphis Mix is in Austin, St. Christopher, Independence Heights. Yeah, Independence Heights. Michael Butte, Beaumont, Massini Choice. I see you. Jason Brody is in Adelaide. Deep Elevation is in Denver, Colorado. The real DJ Alyssa Masanto is in Denver Harbor. Don't mix that with Denver, Colorado. Denver Harbor is an area of H-Town. Mr. Jack, Southwest H-Town. Rasta Gideon, Inglewood, California. EDJ out of the country, but from Montebello, Denver, Colorado. Okay, yeah, you out the country. Okay. Vincent in Hawaii. Darren Clark, Southwest H-Town. What up, DC? DC, you in H-Town? Hey, hit me up, man. Send me an email, Darren. I want to send you this flyer. Okay, if that's it, is that it? We done? Okay. All right, y'all. Oh, no, we ain't done. Deacon Chubbs, Duval County, Duval, Florida, man. All right, man. I will catch y'all later on. Y'all go check out the latest episode of the Underground Dialogue podcast. If y'all gonna be up, I need y'all to go watch the Underground Dialogue podcast right now. I see James W.S. is in Washington State, and I'm out of here, man. Peace in Murray's Grease.